Welcome back. If it's your first time here, don't forget to hit the sub button, love.
Say here, Will Smith just dropped.
Yes,
It's
get
been a
in here,
minute.
get in here.
Hold
It's
on,
about to be
hold on.
good.
I haven't heard from my man in a second, right? It's been since he's
Not my man.
since like movie or anything, like any content in general.
Yeah, I think he took a break from social media.
He just kind of like just ghosted us for a little second. Well, we got a video on YouTube now. You know what I mean?
It's about to be spicy.
I'm curious. I saw a blogger talk about it, and that's what made me click into it. So
Ramon's like, let's get it.
we here. Let's see what he got to say. It mentioned that he talked about the Chris Rock incident, and that's the only reason why I was like, I want to see.
And if you don't know, we talked about the incident on one of our podcast episodes. So y'all go find it and check that out.
Let's get into it. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an
Hold on. So you understand the context of why I'm laughing. It's not a Will Smith. It's not a Will Smith. Kari just tried to hide her face, yelling at the dog, talking about be quiet. The dog's barking, and I got to turn the mic off, so you all would have to endure that. You know what I mean? You have to deal with that part. You know?
Hey,
I could just edit the audio, but you hear it. That's what we talking about.
This is real time. Hey, can we acknowledge the fact that this grown man is on national TV or whatever, internet, apologizing.
Internet. He's on national internet.
That should be. It actually should be called national internet.
But the thing is, he shouldn't even have to apologize to the world. Is this what he's doing?
He shouldn't, but they're making him feel.
Chris, and he should have had a conversation whenever he had it, and it should have been between him and Chris, and that's it.
This is life as we know it, you
guys.
guys.
Have to be publicized. Why you gotta be publicized? Why we gotta publicize his apology?
That's a
Why?
good point.
Because the world feels offended. Well,
yeah.
Get over it. The only person that needs an apology is Chris, and it's between him and Chris. So I don't think him apologizing over the internet, proving that he did apologize, is completely necessary. I don't think it's necessary. Does it probably look good for his image and put a Band-Aid and it's like him apologizing to Chris and the world? Yes, most definitely doing that. That's what he's doing with this. But do I think it's necessary? Do I think it's more genuine if it was a private conversation between him and Chris?
Well, he said he tried reaching out, but
Gotcha.
he hadn't been able to get a hold of him.
Interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother.
A lot of people were hurt. Fans, family, the people that were there, people that orchestrated the event.
Yeah.
Just there are so many people that were offended by the situation and what happened.
I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man, and this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave?
Most definitely. I get what he's saying. When you're in that situation, and then you just do it, and then after you can look back and it take a week and breathe it in and be like, was it really that serious? No, you start feeling bad about it. You were like, I shouldn't have acted
You reflect
that way.
on it.
Yeah, like I was completely wrong.
That's a good point.
I shouldn't have did it. It was a bit extreme. Because when you go back and look at the rewind clip, you see him. He does have a slight smile, like he thought the joke was funny.
Yeah.
But then it's like he looked at Jada, and it's like, it's almost like if I were to look at you and you would be offended for something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
they were saying that she egged it on because he was laughing.
I'm just saying
at the joke.
I would be offended if you were offended.
Yeah.
And I would feel some type of way.
Yeah, I can see that. Because, I mean, that's your wife.
So he gave immediate reaction because he was upset with himself for laughing.
Yeah.
And he went and handled it with Chris because Chris made him laugh. I'm sorry. He did. Chris made him laugh.
But you know what? On this podcast, that's what we talk about, life as you know it. And you know what? I like the fact that he's speaking out about it because he's probably sick and tired of people talking about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he is.
It's
hurt his career tremendously.
There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, I made a choice on my own from my own.
That's funny that they asked that. Did Jada tell you to do so? Because everybody thought it when that camera flipped out.
That's why I said it in Singo.
Did Jada look at you? Did Jada give you a stare or something? What was it?
That's a good. Because people kept assuming, they were like, I think Jada told him, you better go handle that. I mean, she did look at him side eye and was like, you laugh?
No, you ain't laugh at that. Wait till we
I
get
got
home.
you.
Listen,
I got you.
You staying in the guest room tonight. Maybe the guest house.
Own experiences from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us.
Hold up. Let's talk about how he's supporting his son in this whole apology video. Look, he got his son's water over there. That's a good deal.
I'm done. He got the water.
Brandon!
But, like you said, he did impact them tremendously. Even the kids, everybody was impacted. The whole family was, because everyone was put
in that situation.
Up in Front Street. The conversation was being thrown towards them, and they all had to defend, or at least feel the need to defend.
Yeah, so that's a good point.
To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One,
I don't know. I was kind of I wasn't disappointed, area. But I was more like, Will Smith? No, Will Smith ain't do that. No, Will Smith wouldn't do that. No.
Until you watch it.
And then you see it and it's like, oh, Will, why? That's kind of like, no, Will, you better than, you're better than that. Like, you're bigger than that.
Hands were thrown. Fast as fluff, boy.
Disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake.
Very valid
You did
point.
it. You gotta move on. I mean,
But the fact
still
that
will.
Yeah.
We still gonna watch your movies.
Right, it's only one Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
If anything, just put you and Chris in a movie together. So,
Anything can be turned into a comedy.
easiest way to fix it. That's the easiest way to fix it. Do a movie together.
That is a good point.
That's easy. A short. They can even do a short. A little YouTube short.
He does do shorts a lot.
Yeah,
That's
they can
a
do
good
anything.
point. That would be a good
there's plenty of ways
one.
to amend the apology.
I think it's gonna get fixed, and I think they're gonna mend their
They do
friendship.
have like Chris Rock do a
They've
double
been.
slap.
I mean, look at The Rock and Kevin Hart. They were
With,
slapping each other with tortillas.
Oversized. Yeah, oversized tortillas.
Ah.
What's his face?
I tortilled you.
There's always a way to amend it. Mail him a check. He'll be happy.
Mistake. And I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit.
I wouldn't go that far. Maybe in that moment.
No.
Maybe in that moment, you're an asshole, piece of shit in that moment. But I wouldn't say overall in life you're a piece of shit. I wouldn't say, unless that's the way you carry yourself behind the scenes, and we just don't know.
Yeah, but you're a legend in my eyes.
I hope not. I hope
Slapping
I'm
off.
a legend up in this bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
that
that moment sucks, but you're not the moment. That moment is just a moment.
But that slap was epic, though. Did y'all see the reach?
The moment's just a moment. It passes.
It was epic.
Other moments there are. How many other moments have already passed that moment?
That's
the only way
true.
it continues to live on is when moments like this, if you're talking about it.
Yep.
And then people are reliving it because you're voicing it. But, we're here with you.
He just wants to get it off his chest, clear the elephant in the room.
So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were always friends, bro. Listen.
See, it was always there. It was always
I never
there.
thought nothing. Listen, if it's more so that the public is saying that, hey, we don't want Will in movies, I don't think that's necessarily it.
Yeah.
I think if you think that's it and they're keeping you from, being able to perform in movies or whatever it is that is hurting you, I think fund it yourself. Put your own money behind it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm telling you, you still got audience. People still gonna come out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm gonna watch whatever he's.
Chris
in
Rock
or-
was dancing it off, like.
That's just like the show he has out right now on Peacock, Bel-Air. This is not a sponsorship or pay that, but it's a really good show.
Yeah.
So I think, like you said, whatever he keeps working on and putting out, people are gonna continue to watch it. You know what? It felt good to do a podcast today, and I don't. Even if Roman doesn't consider this our podcast, I think it is. Because this was touching back on something we talked about. So, look.
We could have set up on camera. It's a mess. So
but this was worth it, and I enjoyed it because I got to be on the beach this morning. So.
I'm done.
What girl doesn't want to be on the beach?
Fucking, like, on the beach.
Y'all see the palms? The palms are breezing. They're breezing. But anyways,
I don't feel no breeze.
Stupid. Listen here. If y'all like this podcast episode, I believe this is episode like 18 or 19. If you guys liked it, let us know in the comments. If you want more things like this, let us know in the comments. Or if you have something you want us to react to, put it in the comments. But do us a favor. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Till next time, Noodle Gang. Later, loves.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to see what YouTube recommends for you, go right down here.
If you want to see what's new